Hi, today I've got a quick job hopefully. I've got a vacuum pump to change on my van. I've only really changed it, it's got a massive oil leak and it's my best guess as to what's causing it. Could be wasting my time, but it was less than 50 quid, so let's give it a go. It's a miserable day, it's pouring with rain. I'm hiding in my shed trying to motivate myself to go and get wet. Hopefully the camera will survive. Let's get to it. Okay, so I think vacuum pump is down in here somewhere. So I'll take the airbox out, get that out of the way. Hopefully that'll give me enough room to get access. 2 bolts on the, what am I doing? Vacuum pump. 2 bolts on the vacuum pump. Hopefully take that off, 2 bolts off, swap it over, get back in the dryer and have a cup of tea. Fingers crossed. Okay, so fairly straightforward, just whip the airbox off. There's not much to do, it just pulls off with a couple of clamps, a couple of electrical connectors. So that's the one clamp, 2 connectors are there, I guess mass airflow, and I don't know, I'm not actually sure what the sensor is. Pull it off, tend to lever it up with a screwdriver, you can see all the little rubber bits because it sticks in quite well. And then at the back there's kind of 2 U-shaped hooks that just fit over some rubber bits, so once you've got them off, it just pulls off. You can't go too far because there is a positive cable attached to it. Okay, so that's the vacuum pump down there, can you see it? Oh, what if I kick you can't? Not very well from there, I would say. Apologies about the wind noise. I moved the camera here so you could get a better view. Still not really easy to see, but the vacuum pump is down on the side of the engine where I'm pointing there. There's definitely plenty of oil around it. Little rubber quick release into the pipe, don't want to lose that, otherwise it won't seal. Plenty of oil in that, so I reckon I found the source of my problem. So I can see the top bolt that's coming over the top of the stud, I think. See it down through the top here, so I'm going to grab a light so I can see better, and a 10mm socket, we'll go from there. Okay, I just wanted to show you the nut I'm aiming for. It's that one down there, you just see it kind of all lit up. That's what I'm taking off. And there'll be one down the bottom that I'm never going to get on camera, so you just have to believe me. So that's the new one. So it goes that way up. So the top stud is there, bottom one down there. So what you're going to see mostly is the back of my head, I'd imagine. Got the wrong size socket and I need a flexi. So there's a clamp right in line with the nut, so I'm using a UJ or a flexi or whatever you want to call it. It's really stiff. Got wet at some point. Better. No, still can't get on it. Spanner it is. I will warn you if you're doing this, the diesel return lines are 200 quid for Volkswagen. I know because I've had to replace them. So, I strongly recommend Not breaking it. It is close. Okay, so I've muted the audio and sped the video up. It's mostly wind noise and the sound of me complaining. In retrospect it wasn't too bad, but you could only really move the spanner about a quarter of a turn at a go, and you had to be very careful not to break off the plastic diesel return lines that I mentioned earlier. So 4-axis makes this a much more difficult job. First nut. Good job of looking. I can't see you've got one. I can see it. Alright, explain what I think is happening. Can't get my socket in there because of the stupid angle it's designed at. So now I'm going to have to do that one with a spanner as well. That's both you have to do with the spanner. Difference being, there's not really much I can do to lever it on the bottom, so undoing it is going to be tricky, and doing it back up also tricky. It's annoying. Oh god. Why is this like this? I'm going to try a shorter spanner.
One eternity later.
6 and everything. Right, yeah, I mean, very flat O-ring. Looks like it's been leaked some oil. I hope it was that. I can't see, I don't know. So another thing to be careful of when you're doing this kind of thing is you're not pinching anything else in there. I don't think there's anything too close, but there's glow plug cables and bits and pieces. And I've had it happen before. You put something on, clamp it together, and you don't realise there's a cable in there being squashed, and then you cause yourself more issues. Long story short, I lost my spanner, cut that bit out. Oof, finally. Put that in. Okay, I think that's not well enough. Try if I can do it. You've just watched me take it apart. I'm sure you're not really interested in watching me put it back together, so I'll skip through this bit as fast as I can. Do the 2 nuts up, you know, dead easy. Stick the airbox on, much easier. And that's it, job done. Took me probably an hour and a half in total, I think. But obviously, you get to see it in just under 10 minutes. Okay, so that's the vacuum pump done. It was way more stressful than I expected. I'm soaking wet, I'm freezing cold, a bit ticked off, but it's done. When I was underneath looking for my spanner, I spotted at least 3 other oil leaks, so I'm going to have to, on a drier day, get under there and figure out what they are. One looks around the kind of oil pool or oil filter area. That might be the big one. I don't know. I'll just keep topping it up and lubricating the roads until then, I guess. Anyway, see you in the next one.